Howdy, my name is Oatmeal Ent, and this is my Let's Play of EU4. We're playing as Japan, as you can see, in addition to a large amount of the island chain here in the Pacific. We have a relatively strong colonial presence in the Americas, with the Cherokee, Shawnee, Zapotec, and Mayans all being vassals. So that's pretty great. The Spanish and French have joined us over in the colonial game. My objective being to get all of Cuba. I don't want to have any borders with any of these other European colonial powers, except for the one border, which will be Cayenne, that I use to get the westernization technology and troop type. Won't be doing that westernization right now because I have some very serious overextension and stability problems. There's just been rebellions everywhere. I've been getting all sorts of events that reduce my stability and are pretty rough. As soon though as these well, not this one, unfortunately. It was occupied by rebels. These 5 provinces are cored. I should see a significant reduction in my overextension, all the way down to 0 as soon as these provinces also are finished coring. Unfortunately, this province costs too much to core, so I'll still get the rather significant, due to its high base tax, overextension penalty from this province. I think as soon as I have the 148 administrative power, I'm gonna go ahead and spend it. Huh. These dudes took over that province. First time I've seen them over there. I'm definitely gonna attack them. I have a cause belli on this province that I want very much. Definitely going to attack them at some point. Probably taking all of their provinces and selling off pieces of it to these people and taking these to myself and maybe releasing Bali. Well, that being said, that's a long while in the future. The Asian conquest is going to come after I get the idea group that allows me just casus belli against Asians. The Ming have luckily gone through some pretty serious upheaval and are currently at war with a Korea that managed to take back large chunks of its provinces in the last video, or at least that's when I observed it. Even my home provinces, though, that were supposed to be my core of stability and financial security, have been revolting. Revolting, but not disgusting. They've been having a lot of revolts, which is revolting to me because I put so much energy into them being stable. But that all being said, I think that it will come to a close, the age of them being angry with me, come to a close as soon as I'm able to core these provinces, because these provinces have all been cored and are in the process of culturally changing to Japanese. As soon as all that happens and I'm back to being stable, I'm going to try to westernize, because that's going to be needed to just roll over the Ming. So we can press play. Right now, I have a diplomat over in Spain trying to get me fleet basing rights. They will give me fleet basing rights, but I don't trust it, because it's going to take almost a year for that emissary to get back. Oh, they are at war with France. I said it was going to happen. It didn't happen due to that province. It must have happened due to something here in the Caribbean that I can't see. But France is at war with Spain. That is great. That is just spectacular, because that means that they're going to be less likely to have any energy to spend on me, and they don't have a history of disliking me. Hell, they don't even know me. So in just a month or two, I'm going to pull the diplomat back from Spain. For some reason, I'm not getting the increased relationship bonus that I was before. Well, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and call this diplomat back. get fleet basing rights and immediately colonize this province here. Well, all that sounded like it would happen fast, but it's a long way from Spain to Japan. So this, I saw before, I was afraid of not winning a combat. If you're just tuning into this video, I'm not super sympathetic. I do think you should go back and watch at least the previous 2 videos. I'm not going to segment the playlist, but I'm going to title the videos early game, mid game, and late game. I would say that we are securely in the mid game, which is to gain a large amount of troop strength by gaining provinces that can produce troops over here in the colonies. They won't really make a lot of money, but they will make a lot of troops, then use those troops to go conquer Asia once I have the casus belli. That'll be the late game. The early game ended, in my mind, as soon as I was able to get over here and successfully core this province, and then successfully have wars against the natives of this land. And when I got these vassals from the Aztecs, the early game was completely over, if not potentially a video before that. So if you're just joining us now, go back, watch the last few, at least watch from the middle game so you can get an understanding of what is the motivations behind what I'm currently doing. See, these events, you might have seen the border skirmish and the unhappiness and all that. These events are happening with much higher frequency. This is in fact a new one, unhappiness among the artisans, conflicts and protests and things like that. That's a brand new one that I've never seen before. I'm obviously going to choose the money hit. That's one of the reasons I'm not spending my money, is I'm going to run this country at a deficit for generations. Oh no! More rebels. What to do? If they manage to siege through these provinces, I lose the coring progress, and that would be just devastating. Because that's really the only hope that I have to get this back under control. So I have enough, oh, not quite, in a month, 2 months, I'll have enough to core this province. But my plan was to get rid of the province that had previously been occupied by rebels up here, just giving it to... So I'm not gonna core it. I'm gonna give it to the Zapotec. They can deal with the overextension. They're currently not overextended at all. So it's a gold mine. It's true. It's just not worth. It's just not worth the rebellions and the anger in Japan that I'm feeling. That my people are feeling. They haven't breached the walls yet. Yeah, see, I actually lose that one. I might very well lose this one as well. No, I was able to win it, but just barely. And it's all due to this overextension. It's all due to this overextension I got when apparently I can't click on Baden. When I took over the Aztecs. I mean, it's not helping that I had overextension due to these provinces as well. But the real problem is the overextension due to the Aztec provinces. I'm also going to get some overextension from this province. Yep. They're able to destroy it. I have a mercenary fleet for this sort of situations, or a mercenary band for this sort of situation. But I really am just devastated by how tough this has been. Where's this province? Because it feels like, oh, I could convert this province because I'm no longer coring it because rebels took it over. As long as they haven't breached these walls, the odds they're gonna get through are low. Coffee in Havana. Normally, all of Cuba is dedicated to sugar production. Or at least last time I played Portugal and had Cuba, it was all sugar. I thought that might be hard-coded, but I guess it turns out that they don't really do that. Once again, I've never seen this event. Magister resigns. They claim this is a protest to the burning of the never-ending wars that have been laid on them. Well, I mean, they do have every reason to feel like there have been never-ending wars. There have been a lot of wars. I guess I'm gonna hire another mercenary band to patrol Japan. Reason I'm going with mercenaries instead of building a standing army troops is that these will summon quicker, and I have a lot of money. And I don't want them to take any provinces and then increase the revolt risk just tremendously. If they take a province for the next 10 years, the revolt risk in that province is increased tremendously. Good, I managed to win this battle. I'll keep that band down there, but I'm running out of troops. As soon as those quit training, I'm gonna go ahead and just pump out a troop in every province here in Japan. I have the money, I have the fleet, I have the force limit, because I just lost a lot of troops. So I have every resource needed, even the manpower I have in excess due to the colonies and having been so peaceful for so long. It's been building up for ages. So yeah, that's the plan. Just run at a deficit. That's why I haven't spent any of this money on anything, because I knew that there were going to be problems. I never dreamed that there would be problems that were this severe, though. Okay, so I need to get the fleet basing rights from Spain before they decide that they don't want to give me fleet basing rights. Oh! I took too long. Oh, I'm getting a phone call that I can't not take. Hello? Hi. Okay. No. The reception is definitely terrible, yes. Yeah. Sure, next half hour is great. Okay, thanks, bye. Well, sorry about that. Looks like it only took about 45 seconds, but that was my landlord calling, and I didn't really know how important it was. Wow, Spain is kind of rich. Typically all I have to give is like 25 gold to get to the 15. It'll take a diplomat too, and he'll be back in this many days. Oh my. I want those fleet basing rights though. I also want diplomats to do other things. Like attack the Incas again and get all their gold. Not that I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and recall this guy. I actually don't want this colony to finish. Guess I only bought myself a few months. I don't want that colony to finish because it'll give me what's it called? Overextension. That colony finishing will give me overextension that I just don't want. The other thing I really wanted to do was to sell this province to the Zapotec. Just get rid of it. I don't know if the Zapotec can colonize or not, but if they can, then they can start colonizing out here. Constant rebels. The rebels aren't what bothers me. It's these bad events. It's these like punishing events that. Whoa! Whoa! Scratch that. Rebels are bothering me. If I come from this direction, I won't have a river crossing. Boy. Yeah. Well. What's its base tax here? Not so high, so it's not going to be as brutal. Gold rush. I'm fine with that. So I don't really need the money, and the inflation, though, doesn't really hurt. I don't believe I have any natural inflation. Yeah, I don't have any natural inflation from our gold mines. Those gold mines over in South America or in Mexico that I thought were going to be producing a lot of gold haven't produced a single drop of gold. All this inflation is old inflation. And I still have that advisor that reduces inflation. He must be pretty old by now. Yeah, 63. So, there's that. What to do about these rebels? I guess charge in head first and hope that I win. Really don't think I'm gonna win, but oh, looks like I might have gotten lucky. Still crossed the river somehow. Looks like I got lucky. These are about to core. Some of them later than others due to the fact that you can't continue the coring process while there's any rebels in the province. But, okay, so my diplomat's back from Spain. I'm going to ask for fleet basing rights. I'm going to get it. I'm not at my diplomatic cap. Oh, I am at my diplomatic cap. So this is going to decrease the amount of diplomatic power that I get just getting this fleet basing rights. Well, I'll annex this vassal in just a little bit, and I'll go back down to only being over my diplomatic cap by 1. Guess I created some vassals over here, didn't I? Still worth it. Still kind of need it. So where are my colonists? I've got one in Havana that I'm going to recall and send to right here. Now, I don't believe that he can send a colonist to this location, even though his colonist would take about a year and mine is taking about 2. I don't believe that he can do that, but I'm not positive. Shogun, the peasants have taken control of... Did I forget about some peasants' revolt somewhere? I did. They have local... They were tax rebels. So the tax of this place is down to, like, nothing. These are the... These are the... Not mercenaries. Don't know what to call them. Regulars? I think that might be what they're called. Regulars? And these are the mercenaries. Well, it looks like that Korea... Somehow Korea lost its capital and removed its capital over here. Because this used to be the Korean capital. Looks like Korea must have peaced out with the Ming in exchange for couple of its internal provinces. However, it kept the provinces that I needed it to keep. I needed it to keep these 3 provinces so that they wouldn't be able to fabricate claims across the strait. Only place they can fabricate claims is on Taiwan, still. Not that Ming is a big problem right now. Ming is about to implode, it looks like. So I was converting the culture of these provinces because it was cheap and their revolt risk will significantly decrease. Guess I could do the same here. It takes diplomatic power, which I have some of, and will decrease the revolt risk. And it's a permanent decrease, because... So I still don't have the diplomat to give up this province. It feels like with how long it takes diplomats to travel, it might be worth it to core it myself, but I don't think so. But I am gonna send the missionary here, because sometimes they won't buy the province from you if it's a different religion than they are, and you can see that almost all of the Zapotec space, if not every single province in these vassals, is Shinto now. So as soon as I diplo-annex them, I'll be getting people who have no revolt risk. Cherokee have fabricated a claim on that province. Interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna focus on diplo-annexing these 3 remaining after this one's gone. Demios, so that I can do the event that switches me to a feudal monarchy, but I am tempted. However, I think it's in my best interest to instead diplo-annex one of these over here. Not only are they larger and would provide much more troop strength and everything like that, but they also have a much higher opinion of me, so... because they haven't seen my previous annexing of vassals. They'll only see this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do simultaneous annexation of probably the Maya and the Zapotec. And what that'll do is they won't see the annexation of each other because they'll be in the annexing process before that diplo hit happens. So that's my plan. Anyway. I'll hate not having a diplomat, and I wish I could become the papal controller, well, whatever he is, the papal thing, because here, will you buy this province? No. No. Yeah. Won't buy it quite yet. Not until this is done. So what can I do in the meantime with this diplomat that would be worthwhile? I could start improving relations with the Zapotec, but I wouldn't be able to do it for very long. I could just bite the bullet and core this province. Well, let's check how much, and this one's name is Guanchichil, so it has a pretty low base tax. I wonder how much overextension it's giving me if I've just been silly and like sitting here thinking I'm gonna get rid of it. Guanchichil, only 8 overextension. I'm going to just core it after it. I'm actually going to cancel the missionary and just start coring it now. And then improve relations with the Zapotec. You can improve relations with a vassal up to 200, and foreign nations only up to 100. Not like this is up to 100, but 200 of your relationship comes from improving of the relationship. So this was creating a lot of overextension, this particular province. It's a very wealthy province. For some reason, it's... Oh, I see. At the end of the month, this number will jump up to quite a bit. Yeah. Bruma, I believe, is this island over here. Bura. I'm actually going to gain the revolt risk. I really need my administrative power. I'm going to go ahead and gain the revolt risk in this place. I have troops standing there. I am coring it, so if rebels were to take it, it would be bad. But I don't. Oh, are we down to no revolt risk in the mainland? No, only in places where troops are standing. But this should create the chain reaction. What's this number? Huh. I'm gaining rank each month because I am high in diplomatic, pretty high in military. So this is how eventually I'm going to be pushing this number higher, it looks like. And it looks like I'm close to earning it in military. How am I doing in fleet and military? So I'm above my army force limit, but far beneath my naval force limit. I think I'm going to go and build a bunch of troops, boats in Japan. Because that will increase my score, which is the victory condition. Getting to first is the victory condition I've set for myself. And this will increase my tariff income. You need a boat per overseas province in order to have completely efficient tariffs. I'll show you in just a second. And also, I can use these ships to... These are all light ships that I'm making. I can use these ships to patrol trade in other places. So what I was talking about is this. Tariff. We have 13 ships protecting 15 overseas provinces. This gives an efficiency of that. So I want to at least build 2 more. I think I built significantly more than 2 more. But I want to at least build 2 more so that I have complete tariff efficiency, because quite soon I believe that my tariffs are going to be a non-trivial amount of my income. But I'm still running at a massive deficit. So, yeah. Looks like Spain is about to win this war against France. I would have guessed. So Spain will probably control a lot of the Americas. They're going to be my competitor. Okay, this is a positive siege. You can check your sieges down here. Green siege being a siege that you were doing on someone else. And red siege being a siege that someone is doing on you, to you. Okay, so my overextension should have plummeted there. It did. The biggest coming from that spice-producing province over in Indonesia area. Looks like just this province. I wonder if they're like programmed to go at the same time. They'd have a much higher chance if they revolted at the same time. So this is now considered a core. Awesome. It's basically to the point that I'm not going to have any revolt risk in my mainland. Actually, it isn't just basically, it is at the point that that is the case. So I'm tempted to pursue this claim, but it's still got 20 years to go. What I'm going to do, these are mercenaries. I definitely want them to die. Mercenaries are expensive. What I'm going to do is go grab these mercenaries as soon as they're done sieging this province and use them in this war. Okay, great. Guam is So they just finished that siege. Guam is actually part of our... Wow. I did not realize that Wake was going to be too far away from Guam. Thought for sure it wasn't. And so I was going to be able to cross this sea more easily. If you remember correctly, I've actually only crossed this sea once with any troops or any substantial amount of boats. I was going to try to send more troops across when I settled Wake, but I guess I can't. That's the reason I cored Guam. I guess I'm not going to do that. Whenever I get something that could extend my colonial range, maybe an advisor. Missionary strength guy. I might pick up missionary strength guy. He's not as good as this guy, but this guy's about to die anyway, and I'll just grab missionary strength guy. And that should speed this up substantially. We can check missionary progress. Spain is the papal controller. Well, I obviously, honestly couldn't care less about the Pope as a Shinto, but I do care what that means in my mind is Spain is gaining more power. I'm building some troops here to transport to Cuba. I definitely want to be able to recall this guy, and as soon as I get a troop I can send it over there, recall it, and settle the last bit of Cuba so that I don't end up with any... See, because after I westernize with this province, I'm going to sell it to Spain so that Spain doesn't have the casus belli against me for this province. I don't need this province. Spain's loaded. Spain will probably pay quite a bit. In fact, if I have a free diplomat, I don't. But if I had a free diplomat, I could show you that they would pay quite a bit. And I don't want them to declare on me. And if I get all of Cuba, I don't know if over water, being in the same water, would give them the cause for war or not. I mean, I know that they're doing this colonial war, and I can't tell if one of them occupies this province. I can only kind of assume that no, because the way that... I can't see this province either, but see how it's a fine sort of not jagged like that boundary? Neither one of them has that fine boundary with this province, so I can only kind of assume that this is an uncolonized province. And so the boundary that Spain must have had with France to get into this style of war, a little while ago it told me that it was a colonial something-something war. Well, the colonial something-something war, that cause Spelli only comes from having adjacent provinces, and I don't have all of this explored, so I don't know, although I'm just about to get it all explored, I don't know if this is the border that they have. They might have one in Africa, they might have one. We've gained the colonial cause Spelli, this is what I'm talking about. So it says we've gained it, but they've also gained it. Like if you see here, they have casus belli. And now they dislike us for a whole host of other reasons that previously they didn't. So as soon as I'm able to core this, so Portugal's over here. Portugal is green. This also looks like Portugal. As soon as I'm able to core it, westernize, I'ma sell it. I don't want any trouble with the Western nations. I suspect I can probably get first place by only conquering all of Asia. Well, that said, I need to go move my car. That's what that phone call was about. That I need to get up and move my car. Luckily, the person calling is nice and didn't make me get up right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and break the video here, and probably take a break for the evening. So I'll see you back tomorrow. Till next time.